Welcome back, guys. So today we're going to be installing our rough country LED rock lights in our 100 series Land Cruiser. So stay tuned, keep watching, and hit subscribe. So welcome back, guys. Like I said, we're going to be installing our rough country LED rock light kit. 4 of them come in the pack. If you want to see my unboxing of these LED rock lights, you could click on the link. You can click on the link right over here so you can see unboxing of this product. But today we're going to go ahead and do an install video on this on our 100 series Land Cruiser. Install is probably going to be similar except for mounting locations for other vehicles. So it's pretty simple. We do have our switch panel in our panel. We do have our switch panel in our vehicle, so it's going to make it a lot easier to connect to ground and power. So first and foremost, we're going to go ahead and mount the lights onto our brackets that I picked up at Home Depot. Pretty simple. It's going to work for me. And then we're going to go ahead and do our installation and run our wires first to see how far the wires are going to be able to run before we go ahead and drilling holes into our body or our frame or anywhere else on the vehicle. So alright, so typically you're going to put your rock lights in different locations. Some people like it right in the inner fender well so they can see over the tire and the control arms, which is a great location as well, which typically if you do have the location to be able to mount it, that's a good place to do it. Over each wheel well, I'd probably do a little bit further in so that you could be able to see around the tire and around the suspension. But people also do is put it on the sides of the vehicles so that you can see the clearance on the side and in the front bumper. So what I'm thinking I'm going to end up doing is, if the cables do reach, I'm going to put 2 on the front end and 2 in the rear bumper. And then if we get another chance, we're going to go ahead and order another kit because they're pretty affordable. You could pick up a set of right about $80. And Rough Country stuff is great product. I've used their products in the past. So yeah, so first we're going to try to pull out the wire, see if the wire fits or reaches from the locations that I want to put on. So I'm going to put 2 in the front bumper, 1 on each corner, so it lights up the front tire and the front suspension or the control arm, and the rear, so whenever I do go over the back, I see the back tires and the back suspension. And then we're going to eventually add another 2 to each sides, so that'll give us a total of 8 rock lights in the future. But for now we're going to try 4. So let's go ahead and pull out the wiring and see if we could get the wire all the way to the location we want. Here is the wiring kit that Rough Country provides for you. That's what I like about their kits. A lot of other companies, you have to buy the harness individually, and which kind of sucks. So for the price and the quality, Rough Country. So here you have the cables, and we're going to lay these out or extend these out so we can see how far we could get with this line. I'm going to do this quick. I'm going to do it myself. Like I mentioned in our unboxing of this product, it does have obviously a ground and a positive and a inline fuse. It does have a relay and has your plugs, and it has your excuse me, on and off switch. Unfortunately, we're not going to be needing this because we do have a light control panel in our overhead console. But what I'm going to do is, so I don't scratch up the switch, I'm going to disconnect it and put it on the side. Alright, so now what we're going to do is open our hood, and I'm going to put this in the engine bay and kind of go from there to see if it's going to reach to the locations we want to. Alright, so I ran all my wires to the back. I still need to zip tie them. I'm going to go ahead and show you where I'm going to mount my LED rock lights in the rear, and then I'm going to work my way to the front. All right, so got that done, the bracket in the rear. So you guys saw that, run all the wires. Came to Ryan's house. You guys know him from my other videos. He let me use some tools that I needed to get those bolts or those self tamping screws into the vehicle. So now we're gonna head back home and finish the front. Now we're gonna put it on the front bumper crash bar. Got a light in the front bumper, the driver's side. Then we're gonna go on the passenger side. Now we mounted our lights all the way around. The rear lights are already wired, and I'll show you where I ran the wiring. Pretty much I ran it across the alongside the frame. There's a couple holes around the frame, so I was able to use some zip ties and hold the wiring on top of the frame, not underneath it or to the side of it. So they're it's very discreet where I run my wires. These are the ones for the front. I'm going to be running one to the passenger side and one to the driver's side. Just like my other wiring that I ran, I'm going to run one of the wires through the core support and keep it away from any kind of fans, any kind of heat and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and zip tie this up and plug it into the lights. Now we're in the vehicle. We have our switch panel, and these are all empty. The rest of them are all full now. We have our roof, obviously our cube, our rear, our camping, our rocks, and our dust, and our halos. We're gonna go ahead and put our rock on and show you what it looks like. There you guys have it. Obviously the front end only has lights in the rear and no sides just yet. We're going to go ahead and, just to be honest with you guys, this is an extra set that they did send me because I had a warranty issue on one of the lights. I did go ahead and put our passenger side one on, but the bulbs are out, so that's why we have a less light on this side. But one thing I wanted to accomplish here, the thing that I wanted to accomplish here was to get our lights into our axle tire area, so when we are trailing, all this stuff is exposed and we can see if we need to hit a rock, or even if we need to change out the axle or something in the suspension while at night or in the trail, we have light there. Again, this side is dimmed and dead, so we will be replacing that with another one. And let's show you the back. Here you guys have the back area. Both lights are on each quarter panel. And then, as you guys can see, we do get direct light underneath the rear bumper and some of the rear suspension, which works really great again for trailing. Again, I didn't want to just put one in the middle and call it a day. I wanted to put two on each side, and we'll eventually again put some right underneath the driver and passenger doors to light up the sides. But here you guys have it. All the lights are off around my house, so gives a lot of light underneath the back of the Land Cruiser. As you guys can see, it's really dark. Then the front will have more light on the passenger side, but there you guys have it. Now, including our lights, our other rock lights that we use as area lights, is going to help out a lot. I'm going to turn those on. Now we have our camp lights, which are the same rough country lights, which is lighting the whole area. Once we have the side ones, this dark spot right here, we'll get rid of that. So it lights up, as you guys can see, really good. Pretty much lit up my whole area in my Land Cruiser. I still have rear lights and front lights, rock lights, or ditch lights still. So there you go. Let's finish this video off. So there you guys have it. The installation of Rough Country's LED raw light kit for any vehicle. They're universal, so if you want to pick up a set of these, click on the description below. I'll put all the information of the product, lumens, output, and all that stuff as well in the description below. I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully that video was helpful. I tried my best. Being under the vehicle and running wires and stuff like that is always a pain in the butt. Take your time. Keep it away from your exhaust system and run it through the frame. You should be fine. Take your time. Pretty simple. Appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe and hit a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.